Hey, I'm Heather, and this is the knitting update for Monday, January 19, 2026. And guess what? It is snowing here again. I can't believe it. This is probably the most snow I remember getting in a winter in a long time. It's only January. What can we do? So today I have a couple updates. Oh, my one knitted item. I am wearing the Pip Beanie. The pattern is by Northside Knits, I believe, and I knit this in Briggs and Little Regal in either a dark gray or charcoal or something, one of those two colorways, and I held a mohair with it. And this hat is kind of funny. I don't know. This is what it looks like. That's what it looks like when I'm not wearing it, but then when I put it on, it kind of like pushes the top into like this weird little peak. I think it's also too long for me, but guess what? This is gonna be frogged. I think that's been the theme of all the videos this past week, but I think partially because it's January, I'm like pulling out stuff and I'm just like out with the old, in with the new, or, you know, like let's get rid of what's not working. And I feel like as much as I kind of like the weird shape of this hat, I'm kind of over it. And I wish it fit better, and I think that it could just be put to better, the yarn could be put to better use. So I did find a pattern. Let me show you. And it's in this, it's in this book, Knit by Rows Knitwear or Alice Hoyle. And the pattern I want to make, sorry, what is the Escher Beanie. I don't know if it's focusing, but anyways, so yeah, this is a worsted weight knit toque or beanie, and you use a slip stitch pattern to make that nice, like the design, the pattern. If you don't know Rows Knitwear, a lot of her stuff is just like textured or pattern knits. They're really cool. Like this book actually is really interesting. I've had it for a while. I think I got it right when it came out. I bought it for myself. And like with all my other books, I have yet to knit a pattern out of it. I did start on the Escher Beanie, but I was making it in like a pinky purple and then an orange. And I think the colors were just a little bit too not my style. So I frogged it, and I think now I'm going to make it, and I'll use this for the main color. And then I found in my stash this ball of Noro. Surprise, surprise. These are the beats. And so this is only a partial ball. So I have 85 grams left, but I think that should be enough for the contrast color. And these colors are really pretty. I think they go with a lot of the stuff that I wear and my outerwear, and I think these will look good together. I think that'll be a lot better than this little weird guy that we've got going on here. So yeah, I think that's the plan for that, and I will probably cast it on today because I go for chemo. I go for my appointments tomorrow. I have blood work and I have to see the nurse, and then Wednesday I have chemo. So I have some like car time and just sitting in waiting room time and sitting in the chemo chair time. But I kind of like having an easier project. My sock is pretty easy, but also sometimes the tiny needles can feel really small, like when I'm at chemo, especially because when you're getting chemo, or at least the type of chemo I'm getting, they give you Benadryl first. I feel like everyone gets Benadryl, at least with most chemo, to sort of counteract any allergic reactions, I guess. Yeah, the IV Benadryl is no joke. It's like the most stoned I ever feel. So trying to knit something while I'm, even like after they're done running the Benadryl, I still feel it for a while. Thankfully, I don't usually feel it after I leave chemo. Some people I feel like maybe get more groggy or drowsy or whatever, and they feel the aftermath of it for a while. I'm not in that boat, thankfully. I usually don't even fall asleep, but I do get really stoned feeling. Like I can't formulate sentences and I can't knit with tiny needles or follow a challenging pattern. So that might not be the best choice, but I might just cast on anyways because I can knit in the car or whatever. But I digress. Let me show you the progress on my sock that I'm speaking of. So I did knit a bit more on it yesterday. I think I'm getting really close to being done, actually. I can't wait to block it. And also now I'm at the point where I can try it on. And I am heartbroken to say that these are very, very tight. I had a hard time even getting it over my heel, but I could. So I did wake up this morning and sort of think, like, should I just frog this and re-knit it? I love how it's looking, but if it doesn't fit, then what? I have to give it away, or I just look at it. But I do have faith that once I finish it and I block it, that it'll be okay, because I think it was a good sign that I could still at least get it on. So hopefully the blocking will help and like just help it relax a bit, and then not only will I be able to get it on, but it will be comfortable to wear, because I guess that's my fear. But I don't wear my hand knit socks that much right now because I have to wear compression socks, so I could wear them over the compression socks, but I don't do that. So yeah, I did kind of fear that they would be tight because of the slip stitch pattern, and I've been trying to knit the slip stitch part more loosely, but it still is tighter. You can even see here, like the stockinette has part is longer just because it doesn't have the slip stitches. I don't know if you can really tell. I know some people do add short rows to the slip stitch part when they're doing a slip stitch sock pattern, but again, like, I don't really want to do that, and I think once I block it, it'll probably even out a bit. So I'm gonna just persevere with these and hope for the best, and hope for blocking to be the miracle that we all know it to be. Yeah, I'll finish them up. I have till, I guess, Wednesday to get this done, so I better actually work on it a bit today, tomorrow. And let's get this done by like my timeline of a pair sock or a one sock a week, which if I don't achieve that goal, that is fine. And then let me just get into the progress on my White Mountains. So I am super, super happy with how this is looking. I was worried about the mohair, and like, not really because I bought it, but I just, when you can't really like know what it's gonna look like, right? I just didn't know what to expect, and that's kind of the fun of like knitting with something like this. I am super happy with this. So yesterday I showed that I had done the turtleneck, and I knit it a bit longer than the pattern, and then I decided to just do the short rows, and I wanted to do them all in one sitting so I wouldn't have to like use my brain to remember where I was at or whatever. And then today I started on the raglan increases. So this pattern is kind of interesting. It does do, I don't know if it's like the contiguous sleeve method maybe, but you're not always consistently doing the sleeve and body increases at the same rate. So it's not so simple of a raglan that you can kind of just go ahead and just know that you're doing like every other row increases, which is how most of the raglans I've done, that's how it works. But this one kind of changes it up along the way, so you do have to sit with a pattern, or at least I do. And I actually think in a way it makes it better. It's easier for me to keep track like that because I use the Knit Companion app, and then I, follow it through row by row. Whereas if I'm just doing the increase row every other row, I just try to use my brain, and sometimes, especially when you get, I don't know, sometimes I just forget where I'm at and can become a bit of a mess. So yeah, I'm happy with the progress on this, and I'm happy with the fabric. I think it's looking really good. I think the color is nicer. So far I'm not regretting frogging the gib, even though that was a nice sweater, but I think this is gonna be something that I wear more, and I really like the color and everything. It's turning out really well. So yeah, I think that's it for today. I mean, I don't have any more updates. I feel like it'll look like a little pea head sitting back there. But yeah, that's it for today. So I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.